Hi, welcome to Creating a Space. When we create a space, it's clearing the energy and replacing it with new. It's making a place where you can reconnect to an element of soul self to bring through more of your soul's qualities of light and vibration. By focusing and aligning with these parts of self, this then creates a space within the context of the outside world, bringing yourself back to your sacred personal space within. You can take a moment to think about what you would like more of within daily life regarding soul qualities: love, peace, joy, compassion, forgiveness, wisdom, clarity, healing, strength, balance. You can create a small space very quickly and with very little items. The space can be big or small, inside or out. It can be on a table, a shelf, by the bed, in the bathroom, anywhere that you have available that feels right for you. And it can be a place that becomes a place of energy that builds up over a period of time, that enhances the quality in which you are focused upon. So it becomes a place to sit and be, to focus. You can use many different items that you feel drawn to. And even to the point of you can use a piece of paper if you don't have much space to put your selected items on. You can even use just a small coaster just to define the area that you're going to use. So then how do you create your space? So you choose your area that you're going to use or that you've got available to you. And this can be inside or outside in the garden if you've got space outside. And clear the space of anything that's already there. It doesn't have to be big, it can be literally inches. Or if you've got room and you've got space, then you can make it obviously a lot bigger depending on what you've got available to you. So then if you'd like to focus on a quality that you'd like to be bringing through, if you'd like to think of maybe unconditional love and support in daily life, what represents this element to you? And then it's choosing those items that you feel are a representation of that quality. So then you just place those items, and they can be anything that you want, anything that you've got to hand, just something that represents unconditional love maybe to you. The area that you set up is to bring your awareness to, and this will then assist in getting back to that place, to that feeling of unconditional love. So once you're setting up your space with your chosen items, choose anything and everything that you want, then you can sort of sit and have a moment and think to yourself, this is for this space. You can either say dedicated spaces to the energy of unconditional love, or this is a space I'm creating for myself for more unconditional love. So you could do that, and then you can leave that space for as long as you feel that you would like it there. It can be days, it can be weeks, and you can swap and change it as you feel that you would like to. So if you're wanting to focus maybe on learning and inner wisdom of some form, maybe you're wanting to learn something new, then you can choose items that represent wisdom, knowledge, information for you, and then set up a little energy grid work template for yourself for those items. And you could have a colour as well. You can use a colour for that as well, and then think about what that element is for you, and you just create that space. So with your intent, you're creating a space for knowledge, for wisdom, for your higher wisdom, for your higher self. And you may like to have nice words there or something like that. You choose anything at all that resonates with you. So whatever it is that you're thinking about that you'd like to create, it is a manifestation of a vibrational form. And if you think of sacred spaces where a lot of the same practice or type of energy is continuously practiced, i.e. place of worship, etc., then this builds up in intensity and can be felt. It is a reconnection to enhance something from within. And making your own space is the same. So when you choose your items that you would like, they are a representation of that quality. You can choose, like, if you wanted to focus on the angelic realms and supporting yourself in some way, then you can have that which may be relevant for you. And you don't have to be limited to 1 or 2 items. You can have whatever you want, whatever feels right. You can have even just 1 item. It really is entirely up to you. You can have something that hangs above your space if you've got room on a wall for that. And it really is then just creating that sense for yourself of peace. So you could have this one as a space of peace, and then you think about what represents peace to you. Anything that connects to what it is specifically is what aligns with you. You can have a space for creativity. And you could think about what you would like to create within the creativity. Anything that aligns with you. Maybe you want to feel more balance in daily life. Then the balance, you can be focused on being grounded, for instance, and have those things, those items that represent that for you. I mean, you can use essential oils, you can use crystals, you can use plants, you can use flowers, you can use decorative items, you can use coloured items. You can really use anything that you feel you like. If it makes you smile and you feel it's appropriate, then that is, you can use herbs, you can use sound, you can use books, paper and pen, some nice words. You can use something that you like to physically hold even. So the connection to being grounded and connected to the balance of nature and an elemental association with that. You know, it's quite nice to have that as well if you can't get outside at some point, to make just a little area that for you is representative of outdoors, because this will lift your energy. And not only will it lift your energy, it will also bring it into a lighter space emotionally and for your thoughts as well. That you can have a nice little picture of something, so then you've got a space for nature. You can have nice smells, you can have anything that you want that's representative to you for that. And then if you want to create a space for clarity, you can have one of our, we have some nice spritz sprays that we make, and you could use those to clear the space in the area. Have a quick spritz of that to lighten and refresh the area, to keep it nice and light. So if you're thinking of clarity, the frequency and the energy of clarity, what does that mean to you? You can have a journal and write some nice things down, some nice words or thoughts that come to mind for you. Maybe if there's an element that you feel that you need to connect to, even for just a day or a week, like the oceans or the air or fire, or like earth, which we've just done, then you can connect in with that energy by thinking what it is that you feel you would like. So if you wanted to connect into the oceans and the waters for yourself, if you were clearing something or going through a process of clearing and releasing, then having a couple of items around that are representative of that for you. You can also think of the opposite of what you are going through. So if you were feeling sad and you wanted to feel happy, then think of things that would represent joy to you. Now this could be in the form of unicorns, or uplifting and joyful, that quality of joy. So it's to think, if you were feeling sad or you want to feel more joy, and focus on the joy. If you're feeling overwhelmed, create a sense of peace, a space for peace. If you're feeling unloved and uncared for in some way, or going through something that you're feeling you would benefit from, feeling a space of love and peace, quiet for that, then create a space of love in whatever way. And that can be beautiful smells, it can be things you like to look at. It don't need to be lots of things, it can be one thing. And if you have to clear things away after, you've only got room for one thing, just leave one thing somewhere within access for your visibility, or for you to be able to touch in some way, so that you can go back to that space. It's just focusing your intent with that one thing. I mean, if you can keep the space, great, but if you can't, it's not everybody can. Choosing one thing after to keep it around, so you can keep focusing back to that with your awareness, which brings you back to yourself and back to the element of what you are creating. So you can really play and explore to create a really nice space for yourself. And when you look at it and see it, it's just that reminder of the energy that is your focus for intent. And if you have room, you may like to create a space where you can sit comfortably. But if you have to use the portable space, then it can be transferred to a different area, particularly if you are creating it on something like a coaster or something movable. You can move it to whatever room you feel that you want in a day, per day. Change it each day if you feel that you want to. But the energy that is being created will continue to build. I mean, you can use your space for healing, creativity, and you can also use it for the remembrance, the connection back to your angel, your animal guide. You can use it as a crystal grid. You can use it for a variety of soul qualities that you want to really start and strengthen and feel more of in daily life, for whole well-being. A nice burner if you like, smells. It's just really going back to self for space that will then reflect out into other areas of life. And basically it starts off as an empty energy space, of vortex, and you're just going to build within to that. So nothing has to be very big. It can all be very, very small. It doesn't matter. It's a representation of peace or transformation. And it's just being in that space, taking a note of the picture of what you've created visually. Maybe there's something tactile that you like to sit and hold. And it's just taking the time each day to focus back in. So really all you need to do is to just take a moment, just to focus your breath, to breathe in and to breathe out. And think about that, which you would like more of. For instance, with this little setup, the focus would be for peace. So you take a moment to think about what peace means for you. And allow yourself to start and to feel, to experience that sense of peace within. And then breathing in and breathing out. And over a period, and if you chant, you can use the chanting You can use colour if you like colour. You can use a moon connection if you like the moon. You can focus on air, fire, earth, water, joy, peace, love. You can chant, breathe. You can play with sound. You can write. You can colour in if you like colouring. You can spray your mist in if you want mist. You can use nice words, geometric shapes. And if you think about the shape that you are creating and making, think about if you're using a square, something you can cut up piece of paper to use to put everything on, or one thing on, whatever it is that you're doing. You can think of the shape and the form. A square is very different to a circle. A triangle is very different to a square. Think of the shape that you are wanting to create if you're using just a piece of paper to put things on, as they will have very different energetic connotations. We make a range of sacred space creators that are suitable and perfect for not only manifestation grids and ley line grid works, but they are also excellent facilitators for crystal grids as well. So the space that you creates this place of stability and also the fluidity of energy. And also you don't need to be concerned about other people's energies or other people seeing it or being in the room. It makes no difference at all whatsoever. Your space is within, your space is for you, your space is a sacred space, and it is the connection to that sacredness that you are creating externally as well as internally. And if you think about self-care and daily requirements, maybe you're having to focus upon nutrition and dietary requirements, then you can even have something very simple like a picture of really healthy, nutritious food full of vitality with a nice word that relates to that. And you can have something really, really simple like that as well. Because what you're actually doing by creating a sacred space is that you're endorsing new pathways for creating change. And this builds up over a period of time. So once you have fun, explore, play, create the space that you feel that you want, with the quality that you feel that is representative for you at a certain time. And this can change. You don't have to have it like it for weeks and weeks and weeks. You can change as and when you feel it's appropriate, as you're going with the flow and becoming aware of how you're feeling, what you need to process, what you need to work on, what you want to be bringing more through into daily life. There are no rules or regulations and rights or wrongs with any of this. Creating a space personal to you, for you to reconnect back to gain as much benefit from that as you possibly can, to then hold it within yourself and carry it forwards into day-to-day life. Thank you for taking this time to join us. Any questions? Feel free to send us a message.